Simlies, it's Deligracy here with part 2 of building this house called Verity. And it was quite funny, on the last video someone commented saying, my name is Verity, so this can be dedicated to you and also to the person whose birthday it was. Happy birthday. But anyway, we're up to the second half of this build. You can check out the other build. The description will be, the link will be in the description down below. And that is the build of the house mostly. And this is mostly the interior. I did go back and kind of changed up some walls and whatnot before making this part of the video, so you might notice a few changes here and there. But anyway, I made the fireplace kind of embedded into a wall that's kind of sticking out from the lounge room, and then I decided I liked that so much that I wanted to try doing a barbecue area outside that was inset into the wall using sections from the chimney, which you're able to move away from the flat I can't even talk away from the fireplace with the move objects on sheet. So you can see here I'm just going crazy and trying out like a whole heap of crazy stuff, putting the chimneys on the side, flat against the surface and whatnot. And after all of that, I end up just going for a basic fireplace that's embedded into the wall. So there you go, a nice outdoor fireplace for your Sims to enjoy the night air in front of, shall we say. But anyway, I'm excited about this part of the build. I always get more excited about the interiors personally. That's me. So it'll be interesting to hear which part you guys prefer, whether you like the interior part of the build video or you like the actual build part of the video. But anyway, this is a sculpture you may have seen in my other videos, using the windows from Into the Future and kind of stacking them on one another to create this cylindrical and abstract form here, and some very fancy fountains going around the edge there with a bit of pool area as well. I thought that was a nice feature for the house, and when you're in live mode, I love watching the fountains actually moving and working. I think they're so pretty. But anyway, those are some invisible lights there from the by debug mode, and putting in some wallpaper coloring there to try and camouflage the light glitching on the walls there. That is something that happens when you use split leveling. You can't really get rid of it, so that's what I do. I kind of use wallpaper to cover it up a little bit, and the invisible lights as well to even out the lighting. Well, especially whilst working, some of the lights get removed at the end. But putting in kind of the stone around the fireplace area here, and I go for a mint color as well. For the wall here, I love the color mint, and I've seen a lot of graffiti using mint around Melbourne, and I just wanted to use that in the house. So this lounge room ends up being very light and feminine, which I love. And this area here I spoke about in the last video. It's kind of like an indoor garden-y bit with some exposed terrain. This is the kids' bedroom. I'm so excited to show you guys the furnishing of the kids' bedroom. It is my favorite. I love decorating kids' bedrooms, and I wish I had that bedroom when I was a kid. So you wait to see that a bit later on. And of course, at the end of the video, there will be some screenshots of what it looks like. But here I'm doing the flooring, and I was so close to going with a very dark floorboard to contrast with the white walls. And I didn't end up doing that just because of the split leveling and the lighting glitching on the walls. I'm going to save that for a more basic build, but I really want to go with white walls and really dark floorboards. But in the end, I went for kind of a very light polished concrete look. I love polished concrete. I hope one day in my future home, I'll have some polished concrete in my house combined with wood sections as well. That's my dream. And layering the coffee tables here in a kind of octagonal form or circular form almost. And I put a light on top of that on the second split level, so it was closer down to the table. Something I've seen in the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, one of my favorite shows ever. Don't judge me. But they have a lot of really low hanging chandeliers, which I think is really cool over coffee tables and stuff. But I was on Twitter, and James from the Sims Supply said he thought it looked weird, and yeah, so some of you guys would probably share that opinion and be like, that just looks weird, but I liked it. I liked having a low hanging light in there. Putting in some shelves from University Life here at the bottom of the floor tile shelves, which I've built here. Those are actually floor tiles that we're putting those wood I don't even know, firewood things onto. That allows me to position the decorative objects anywhere I like. So usually if you have shelving, you're kind of restricted to where you can place the objects. But I just had so much fun going all out here, getting lots of items from Buy the Bug, such as that Chinese vase from World Adventures, and some books and some different ornaments and whatnot. The story behind this family that would live here are well-seasoned travelers. So you can see they have all their bits and bobs kind of put all over these shelves from all kind of different parts of the world. That's the story behind it. And there's all this space here, and I just put that one ball thing where the balls tap each other. I don't know what I was thinking, because obviously that's not going to fill up the space there. And then these are like really cool statues from World Adventures. I was going to put it at the front door, but in the end, that Chinese-y theme to the house didn't really suit the interior, so I removed them. Putting a dining table behind the couch here. These couches are from the store. I've been wanting to use them for ages, and I adore these candelabra lights here, just playing with the colors there, mismatching them a little bit. Because I don't think we have any mismatched chairs in this video this time, but they are mismatched candelabras, which is nice. And putting my favorite painting in The Sims 3 on the wall there, the beautiful tapestry. Oh, from Supernatural, I love it. I just love that tapestry. I need a tapestry in real life. And putting in some carpets here that are in the beautiful entrance room, changing the colors there. There's a green wall there, so I actually put blue next to green. I think blue and green can be really nice together when it's a lighter green a lot of the time as well. And kind of making this entrance room appear homely, I put those into the future skylight floor tiles down just so I could see through downwards onto those stools that I'm putting here. I'm actually going to use the split level to put objects on top of those stools that usually cannot be placed on top of tables. So I actually did this trick in the split level Jasper build, but then I realized I didn't actually need to use that skylight floor tile because you can actually just do it anyway on the level above. Layering some of the plants there as well. I love those plants. I've always wanted to be able to put them on tables, so I definitely went all out and put those plants to appear like they were sitting on the chairs anyway, but they're on the split level. I struggled a lot putting the paintings up here because, I don't know, because of the split leveling, like they just wouldn't kind of sit there properly, so there's a lot of up and down, playing with them. Putting in a nice light here from the Diesel stuff pack, and I was going to put another tapestry up there, but you can see here I'm struggling. The paintings just won't line up into the center of the wall. I'm pretty sure I end up just resting paintings on kind of the shelf there, or making them look like they're resting. Actually, no, I put a shelf on there, I believe. Perhaps like a Into the Future shelf on top of the other shelf. Oh, going into Spotify there to check out some tunes. I've been listening to so much Spotify lately while I build, and I've added a lot of you guys on there. I'm following your music, and I love your music. Like, it's so cool listening to different music from all around the world. So I've been adding a few of your songs to my build playlist. You might notice that, or me listening to them. So thank you for that, for sharing it. Anyway, yeah, so I put the shelf on top of the actual shelf there with some nice vases and kind of a lamp. What is a lance? A lamp. And now we're moving into the master bedroom, where I use fencing to create beams on one of the highest split levels, which I thought was really cool because I wish we had exposed beams in the roofing in The Sims. I would love that in The Sims 4. That would be the coolest thing ever, because exposed beams in houses with high ceilings is stunning. So yeah, I had a little bit of fun kind of playing with that, putting in beams and whatnot, and I just do a couple on the side, just because they would have run into that shelving area I've created here with floor tiles. So we're putting plant boxes across the top. I thought it was kind of cool to have some greenery towards the ceiling of the house there. and colouring them into a nice wood to kind of go with the darker windows as well. And going through here trying to find maybe a sculpture to put on the shelf there. And this lower bit's kind of cool because you could put all of your books behind your bed and have a bit of fun with that, and not needing to have actual bedside tables. I thought was kind of cool and a nice change in The Sims, where usually you always have to have bedside tables. So split leveling has allowed me to create that kind of storage section, I suppose, behind the bed. As you can see, they've been to Egypt there, and that creepy head statue. Why would you want that behind your bed head? I don't even know why I thought to put that there. Creepy head peering at you behind your bed head. Not a good idea. I was putting some paintings here, making them look like they're leaning against the wall. I like to use that trick a lot because I love the idea of leaning paintings. And also colouring it green under there to, I don't know, add a little bit of diversity to the room. And then I pick a different bed because that bed was just a placement one, and I chose this one with the lower bed head because it sits flush with that shelf behind it, which, I don't know, I thought that was nice and chic or something. I don't know, and accidentally gave it plastic textured sheets, which kind of was a bit creepy. I don't know. Also, this is Into the Future, not Into the Future, what am I talking about? World Adventures Bite-a-Bug item, that vase, and I kind of put another vase into it, or made it appear that way. But then I changed it up a bit, as you can see, and used this other nice sculpture from Bite-a-Bug, I think, or maybe it was from the store, I can't remember, but I would say it was a free item, or whatever it was. Having a look at having a couple there, and allowing them to face each other. I thought that was kind of cool. And I love this plant. A lovely person gifted me one of the new store venues, the Spanish one, and those flowers came with it, as well as the single rose in a vase. Thank you so much. I love them. I use those flowers a lot in this build, so and many more to come. Also, I was trying to use this ladder here to put on a bookshelf, so it looked like it had a sliding ladder, but I realized I actually needed to do that at the beginning of the build because the ceiling was too low. But I'm going to do that in another build of mine, so we'll soon see that pop up soon, hopefully. I love the look of stacking those shelves as well on the different levels, the bookshelves. I think they look really cool. And as I've also made kind of a little dresser area for the main bedroom here, which I think is really cute with the chair there. You'll see in a second. I ended up having to use an actual shelf from Into the Future instead of floor tiles because the floor tiles were massive. But the mirror sits really nicely just above the shelf there, and it's a nice blue color in the end. And we put a few perfumes and whatnot, so a lovely spot for the lady of the house to gussy up and check herself out, which is good. And there's those flowers again I was just talking about. They are beautiful. They really are. It's been such a hassle. The Australian currency for the Sim store, buying Sim points, has been down for a long time now. So Australians have not been able to buy anything from the store. So when I was gifted this, I was like, oh my god, thank you so much. Amazing. Anyway, putting in some lounge chairs here, just in case the parentals of the house or the owners of the house want to have a quick chat or a coffee before they jump into bed, discuss the day's events or something. Or read a book, I don't know. But I love these big kind of old-fashioned chairs. This build is really all about mixing modern with traditional items. So there's a lot of modern tables. As you can see here, that table, it's almost a little bit retro modern. And then you've got these really old school chairs with the big kind of throne look about them, which I love the mix of old and new. I think it's really cool and styling. Definitely in the real world as well. Putting a stool here next to the chair with a flamingo on it. Sometimes when I watch back what I've done, I'm like, why would someone have a flamingo sitting on top of a stool next to their chair in their lounge room? Like, I don't even know. But interesting to see. And I really like the juxtaposition between that vase and the cat kind of glass cat sculpture thing on the stool there. When you go up and down the level, those items disappear. And this is the dining room, which is a risen dining room, which I thought was really cool. And gosh, I struggled so much trying to get the dining table right. Like, I don't know what I was thinking, but I just couldn't get it right for a while. And in the end, I go with the old and contemporary theme I was just telling you about. And, oh my God, my foot's cramping up. And yeah, you'll see it in a second, but I don't go with this table from the Fast Lane stuff pack, even though I love this table. I use this a lot, actually. But I go with these more old school ones, which I think are really pretty. I think they're French inspired. They might be from World Adventures, I'm not sure. But I also get these big, luxurious dining chairs, which you can see here, which are beautiful, I think. And they go really nicely with the lounge room in the background there that you can see. They're very feminine and light, and love it. But anyway, just changing the color of the dining table here so it's a bit lighter. Goes with the floorboards underneath it a bit more nicely as well. And changing the carpet here, because you can't have two carpets the same pattern right next to each other. It just doesn't sit well with me, so we change it up a little bit here. And there is a green wall there, so keeping that in mind, I went with a mint carpet. Actually, this wall has changed. That's right. It's changed to kind of a, what color is that? A dust rose color. Putting some plants through the table here, but I actually changed that because I realized one of my favorite pot plants from Island Paradise can actually be put on top of the table with a split level, so that's good. Now, this part was a very exciting part of the house. This is when I realized the interior did not suit the exterior, so I changed the exterior colors pretty much completely and add some roofing. In my opinion, I think it looks a lot better with the green on the outside in terms of like fitting with what I've done for the interior. So yeah, playing around here, I was like, oh, maybe I could do yellow and green, but that is not my taste, in my opinion. And that roof was so tall. And my sister walked in at this point. She's like, I don't get the roof. It looks so flat. And I was like, I'm getting to it, okay? Just give me time. She's definitely my toughest critic. But it's a good thing because she really helps me a lot with my design work and whatnot. But I go with this kind of wood look on top of the house, which I thought was really cool. It's kind of it almost has orange undertones in that wood color, and with the green I thought it goes really nicely, orange and green. And the green's a kind of an olive green, which is quite pretty, and a lot better than having green everywhere like we just saw before. And we kind of get a nice view around the house as well. That side, there's cutouts there, which is really cool on that wall. I thought that was kind of interesting and a little bit different. Again, split leveling allowed me to do that. Really, this whole build was an experiment with split leveling because you don't always get to utilize split leveling so much in a house because it is difficult sometimes to navigate around the household. So it was fun to kind of go all out for this one and have a bit of fun with it. And the roofing here is being done. I went with just a simple slanted roof, which I think is nice. I think that's enough as well. It's nice and simple, but it also keeps it really modern and not too flat in the end. Actually, I do change it up a little bit. That's right. The roof actually extends to the front door as well in the end. And this roofing texture, I think it's like a corrugated iron. That's really cool. I love that they have that texture in the game. It's great for modern houses, I think. It's very snazzy indeed. And playing around here with colors still, I was like, oh, maybe I can go with grey. But then I go with the concrete grey texture here. One of my favorite textures in the game. I love it. And kind of wandering around the house here, still picking out various colors or just covering different walls. You have to be careful with the split leveling because a lot of the walls are angled, so you have to use flat colors on them. Otherwise, you do see the angled pattern on them. And here I am putting in some gardening which was needed in the house. It's funny with this build, I jump around so much. Like, I go from doing the interior and then outside to landscaping, then back inside again, then outside again. It is really like all over the shop, but it comes together in the end quite nicely as well. I love these trees from Into the Future, the shorter ones. They're really realistic, I feel, and I feel like the game didn't have any trees like this until Into the Future. I don't know, but they're just a really nice size and really nice color. Putting some rocks around the front here. Always makes a house look really cool when there's big rocks at the front door. One of my friends, I went to her birthday not long ago, and they had imported like the biggest rock in front of their house I have like seen in a house ever before. It was huge. It was like the size of like the height of 2 stories almost. It was crazy, and it's just this one massive rock at the front of their house. I'm pretty sure because they've just built the house, they're planning on doing more, but I don't know, I was just like, wow, that is a big rock. With the dining table here, this is when I put the other pot plant on, and I'll take you a little bit of time here thinking where that pot plant is, and here it is. I love this pot plant, it's so pretty, and really cool being able to put it on top of the table with the split leveling enabling that. Usually you can only put it on the ground, so definitely took my advantage on that, took that to my advantage. That is correct English. Working on the tapestries here again in the dining room, and struggled a little bit finding a pattern here that I was happy with, but in the end, playing with the swatches, I kind of get to something that I think works. In the kitchen also, I think it was in the part 1 of this build, I've actually taken the chimney from the fireplace in the lounge room and used it as a range hood over the stove, which you'll see in a little while. There you go. You saw a glimpse of it. But I thought that was really cool, using the exposed brick chimney as range hoods over the stovetops. Very rustic and interesting. I wanted to use timber tops in the kitchen here. To go with the floorboards, or to kind of match the floorboards on the floor. I thought that was kind of cool, and it was nice to keep it simple. Also, the weirdest glitch happened in my game. The fridges, which are on the left in that gap there next to the food processor, they disappeared completely, and whenever I'd pick them up and move them around, I couldn't see them. I tried to fix it like 3 times, it wouldn't work. So I don't know, if I open my game again, maybe they'll reappear, but it was just like really annoying. I don't know, and putting in some appliances there, and yay, finally we're onto the children's room, which is my favorite part of the whole house, because it has this little under split level, which is like a cubby, a spot with lots of pillows from the Sims 3 Generations pack, and I think as a kid it would be so cool to have that in your room, because it's nice and cozy, and I put a TV in there as well so they can kind of sit there with their friends and have fun. This color's the color scheme right now is very, very rich, definitely too rich. So I actually lighten up that deep orange to a mandarin color. As you can see, it's coming together nicely now. And those cushions, the blue is kind of a nice forget-me-not blue in the end, after a bit of fiddling around, which I think is quite pretty. The blue and orange idea. There's a lot of blue and orange in this. Oh, there we go. There's the blue I was telling you about. There's a lot of matching in this kids section of the house. There's 2 beds. The idea is the family have 2 little boys, which is really cute. And yeah, they have lots of matching stuff. Although, come to think of it, because those pillows have bows on them, they look quite feminine. But whatever, little boys can have bows on their pillows. I mean, they'll love it. And the other thing I love about this is using the cloud pattern from Creator Style. I think that's so magical and I don't know, and playful with these lights from Seasons. They kind of look like clouds hanging off the roof there. So I made them blue and white, which is fun. Putting in some cheats here it's just the testing cheats enabled to allow those toys to be placed from the By Debug mode. Putting in the first bed, and the other bed goes on the upstairs, kind of, I guess, the 3rd story of this bedroom. So the kids would have their own space, almost like their own bedroom each, but then, you know, the kid upstairs can kind of hang over that balustrade and be like, hey, want to play in our epic room? Oh, which I would have that room now, to be honest, but I'd obviously make it tailored to a more university student age group. Also stacking these side tables here, or end tables here. I thought that was a nice way of utilizing the split leveling as well. And of course, using the floor tiles here again as shelving, putting lots of lanterns in different colors across there. And I love this striped Duna cover with the stripes. I thought that was really fun and lovely for a young boy's bedroom. Very happy and light-hearted. Love these lanterns. I think they're really appropriate for kids in The Sims. I know they probably weren't made for kids, but I feel like those lanterns, once you put bright, vibrant colors on them, they're so childish because they look like explorer lanterns, something that they could play with. So I love using them in it. And look how many toys they have in their bedroom. Like every kid's dream. They basically have their own toy shop, which is awesome. Really, really cool. And also they have a pet apparently. So there is a bed there, which is quite nice. Putting in some of those shelves from university life again and struggling to make it a line there. I was like, oh, please straighten out. So in the end, I cover that gap with a chair because it just was not working for me. Doing the upstairs child section with that vibrant lantern again, and putting a couple of things on the floor there to make it look a bit more lived in. Using the hopscotch carpet there as a rug, and putting this drawing area in. It has pencils in that object, in that kind of turtle thing, so I put the pencil object on the floor next to it and paintbrushes because I felt like they'd have pencils on the floor. And then using this draped curtain from World Adventures to make kind of a canopy. I mentioned this in the Meg Loves Games collaboration video that I wanted to do this, so I ended up doing this in this build, putting those cushions there from Generations in again, and having a bit of fun with clashing those patterns quite violently, really, but they look cool. Enjoying also putting lots of paintings on the wall. Keeping in mind that I wanted it to still be a boy's bedroom, but that Freezer bunny angel is so cute, I had to keep it there, of course. And we're about to create a painting or creative and drawing area for the boys as well, which I think is really cool. I mean, let me know what you guys think of the kids' bedroom. I love it, but then you guys might be like, I really don't like it. So I'd like to hear what your favorite room is, actually. That would be really interesting. What your favorite room is. I would love to hear that, actually, because everyone's so different in what they think and what they like. It's always fascinating to hear. But putting the easel there, the painting easel at the end of the tables, and these little stools around it, which I thought was really realistic and cute. When I was younger, I was lucky enough to always have an area to create craft at. There was always a little table I could sit at with lots of crafty things around. My parents definitely encouraged me to draw and whatnot, even though I'm definitely not an illustrator. I did do a lot of creativity when I was a child, so definitely keeping that in mind in this build. But moving on to the main bathroom here, there's not really anything special in this bathroom. It's just really a shower and some plants and whatnot in there, and a mirror, of course, so the Sims can gussy up for work or wherever they're going. There's 2 bathrooms in this house. There's also an ensuite onto the main bedroom, which we'll see in a little bit. Using that stool trick there to put that pot plant on the stool. I really do wish that pot plant could just be put on top of tables all the time, but unfortunately it's just a floor lamp. Wow, that was like the weirdest hiccup ever. I don't know if you guys heard that, but sorry if that sounded gross. Anyways, yeah, this is the master ensuite bathroom. I think it's pretty cool, again, using the floor tiles to create shelving. I don't know, it's different, it's cool. And those are Into the Future fragmented bowls, the orange and blue bowl things. I think they're really nice visual composition actually. And the single rose there, which, oh, I love that. Thank you so much to the person who gifted me that. You're amazing. I really want to do a Spanish inspired build now after receiving that. So thank you very much. I'll definitely be using it. And this is the outdoor living area, I suppose, with these nice chairs from the store with the draped curtains on them, using the tall floor lamp that isn't tall enough to be a floor lamp, but sticking it through the coffee table looks quite nice, like they're little tea lights. I actually use those lanterns on the ground here, but once I do these decking chairs, I realize that this actually the outdoor area just doesn't suit the rest of the house. So I change these decking chairs and recolor the lounge chairs outdoors as well. You can see there's a spa there in the background too, and this fence was created from deleting wall sections through the split leveling approach, I suppose. And this is the outdoor barbecue area that we're putting in here as well. So there's a nice kind of barbecue there and a few benches to work at to put your snags, as we call it in Australia. I don't know if the rest of the world calls sausages snags, but yes, you can put your snags there. And also putting a nice table in with some chairs around it. I think I go for the plastic chairs. Yeah, I love these chairs. They're really, really snazzy. And an outdoor light in front of that lovely fireplace, which I think is really, really nice tucked away there. Putting in the animal bowls and toys for the one bed that is in the kids' room, and a nice MILF car as well there. A nice bright orange bin, because I always have to color bins in these builds. If I don't color the bin, I feel like it's unfinished. Everyone has their thing that they have to do. What are your things, guys? Like, do you have to put the toilet roll next to the toilet, or do you have to, like, I don't know, use the terrain painting tool to underneath every single tree? What's it called? Stump thing. And here we are changing the colors of the chairs. I love the gray and the olive colors. I think that's really cool. And also changing the lanterns to the more rounded outdoor lights, because the lanterns were a bit too vintagey and rusticy. And last of all, finally putting in the trees into this indoor garden, I suppose it is, behind the Into the Future glass there. Thought that was really nice. But now we're coming up to the screenshots. So of course, here's the exterior that you can see. I think it's really nice, the colors and the different stones combined, and the little waterfall out the front. This is the stunning view over to Bridgeport with the hot air balloon. And we're looking into the lounge room there. And this is the lounge room. You can see the split leveling and all the shelves there. Another angle too, which I really love that room. I love the high ceilings. I just love high ceilings in houses. And of course, there's the chimneys used as range hoods there, which I thought was kind of cool. Looking into the dining room there as you walk through the split level down towards the lounge room with those tapestries, which are quite pretty. The master bedroom with the plants on top. And of course, the little dressing area, which is so pretty. And then this next shot is looking up at the, what are those things? Balustrade things. I don't know, the beams, exposed beams. The kids' room, my favorite part of the house with the clouds on the roof. Do note that. And the downstairs part with the palm trees sticking through the wall. That's fabulous. Just fabulous. And their toy shop, which is pretty cool. As well as the art area. Very nice with lots of paintings. I love the clouds on the roof. That's just so cute. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this build. Thank you to all of you for subscribing. You're amazing, and I can't wait to make more videos for you guys. I'm really enjoying it and having fun, so definitely expect more from me. Hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are, and I will speak to you soon. Bye!